podcast, everybody. Can you hear me all? I hope kalian dengar aku. Wait cuy. I hope kalian dengar aku. Oke, soalnya double. Gue lagi cek kan cuy. Oke, kita kembali lagi di channel aku biar benar. Kita akan lanjutin Genshin dan kita kemarin sudah mau menuju Inazuma. Konflik apakah yang akan terjadi di Inazuma cuy? Katanya sih tentang vision cuy. Vision, konflik tentang vision. Ada apa dengan vision cuy? Sampai jadi perdebatan dan konflik kayaknya konflik utama bukan kayaknya sih. Salah satu konflik. Dan apakah Inazuma ini bakal seru cuy storynya? Kita lihat saja. Selamat datang kembali. Oke cuy. Dan by the way kemarin kita dapat es coffee guys. Oke cuy, oke. Makasih Hoyoverse. Makasih Genshin Impact. Aku dapat es coffee. Katanya ini es coffee GG guys. Katanya itu apa ya? Party premiumnya skill Kater yang bakal muncul di 6.7 cuy. Oke cuy, kita langsung aja ke sini cuy. Berlayar. Kita akan berlayar. Teleport. Sekarang kita bisa teleport di kapalnya cuy. Tanpa lama-lama lagi kita ke sana. Aku datang Bedo. Nah, finally.
You finally made it. All these years, come rain or storm, the Crux fleet has never suffered a delay. If it were anyone else, I might have set sail already.
Mohon maaf Kapten.
Don't look too serious, I'm only joking. You're just on time. The crew have just finished making final preparations.
Oh gitu ya.
Well, now that everyone's here, we set sail for the land engulfed by storm and tempest. The nation of eternity.
Negeri keabadian. Angkat jangkarnya. Oh, kita menuju Inazuma. Oh, masih belum cuy, masih mau ready. Pasti aku takut bareng. Tapi gue dapet tidak aja sih. Katanya sih acon di Inazuma nih elektro. Dan sekarang ini cuacanya lagi petir. Tapi beda juga nih visinya elektro cuy. Oke, jangkarnya udah dinaikin. Saatnya berlayar. Akhirnya cuy, kita menuju Inazuma. Inazuma, aku datang. Epic. Setelah melihat badai petir ngamuk, kapal alcoraknya tiba di pelabuhan. Kita sampai. Ini dia Inazuma. Itu cuy, lambang elektronya. Lambang vision elektro. Wah, apa tuh di atas? Wah, harus kita ungkap sih. Kita sampai di Inazuma. Oh, siapa nih? Oh, seorang pria.
Oh, hi there.
Halo.
So, you finally made it.
Toma.
You sure kept me waiting, Captain. And it appears we have a couple of stowaways. Or perhaps I should say, honored.
Wah, penumpang gelap maksud Anda apa?
You can blame your almighty shogun. The tempests surrounding Inazuma have been growing all the more fierce lately. Though the fleet was fully up to the challenge, the inclement weather still caused some delay. Now then, Let me introduce everyone. This is Toma, a trade
Toma,
partner that I've
mitra
gotten to know
dagang
recently.
yang belum lama aku kenal.
You don't know how long I've been waiting to see you.
Toma, these two are...
Oh, no need for introductions. Their reputation precedes them. It seems even the stormy seas can't keep rumors of these outlanders sterling deep.
Oh, it's sure nice to hear you say
Ternyata kita sudah kenal cuy di sini.
With any luck, it'll give you a head start here. Toma's resided on Rito for quite some time now. It wouldn't be going too far to say he's the fixer. If you run into any problems here, just talk to Toma. But if he tries to pull any moves on you, I'll be sure to deal with him personally the next time I'm around.
No need to worry. I'm sure we'll get along just
Good. Then if it's all settled, I'll be going. I wouldn't want to be caught with my sails down here.
Oh, right.
Oh iya,
Kazuha.
katanya Kazuha ini buronan.
Until next time, traveler, remember to give it your all, no matter what perilous storms you may encounter.
Sampai ketemu lagi.
There seas, Captain Beto. Bye-bye.
Dadah, Kapten Beno.
Now then, first things first. We need to go get you registered at the border checkpoint.
Oh baiklah.
Paimon thought we were supposed to be keeping things on the
Ya
down
iya juga ya.
low. Are we?
Don't underestimate the reaches of the Sakoku Decree. You wouldn't be able to avoid inspection even if you tried. So we have to play by the rules, even if we're kind of bending them.
Bring it!
Hello? Please state your name, identity, and the purpose of your visit. Oh, except you, Toma. You must be new here.
Uh-huh.
Excuse me? Please provide the information requested and also declare any goods you are carrying with you. Oh, well, I'm sorry. We cannot approve entry for purely personal reasons. My apologies, but I'll have to ask you to...
Here are their entry papers for your kind perusal.
What? Ugh, take your time. No.
I just wanted to see what you'd say.
I see. Okay. Your papers are all in order. Welcome to retail.
Baiklah. Oh, makasih Toma.
So, where do we go next?
The Outlander Affairs Agency. They only check entry permits here. If you want to remain on Rito, there's a process you have to go through with them.
Sheesh. So it is super strict, just like everyone says.
Well, let's not forget that to everyday folk in Inazuma, people from everywhere, as the word suggests, Outlanders aren't very welcome in Inazuma, not even on Rito, where they've established an outsider settlement. I like how you think. I've got a feeling we're going to get along. Now, let's head over to the Outlander Affairs. Most of the current rules were put in place by the administration of Rito, the Kanjo Commission.
Kanjo Commission?
Konjo Commission.
Yes, one branch of the Tri-Commission of Inazuma, responsible for growing and managing the nation's wealth. You really haven't heard of it before?
Bring it!
You've completed the entry procedures, yes? And now you want to apply for residency?
Yes, please.
Okay, the processing fee will be 2
2
million more.
juta mula.
2 million? For a processing fee? Are you...
That's right. 1 million per applicant, which makes 2 million total.
Paimon wasn't so much questioning your math.
Ma'am, these two here are good friends of mine. I think you'll find I'm one face you recognize.
Ah, Mr. Toma, it's you. By way of courtesy, allow me to reduce it to 400,000 more a total.
Thank you ever so much, but as this is just a processing fee, I think 600 Mora should cover it if I'm paying on their behalf.
That's not how you haggle. By all means, bargain the...
All right then, as you wish, Mr. Toma. I will make a record.
Sepatnya Toma ini sangat dihormati cuy, sangat orang
Much
penting.
obliged.
Ya kan katanya kepala Rito, kepala apa ya, desa Rito kah? Oke, dengan lancar.
What? She went from 2 million down to 600? There's something seriously wrong with people's sense of finance around here.
It's not as mind-boggling as you think. The way some here at the agency see it, the fees are easy money. So it becomes a question of how much they can make.
Oh gitu ya.
So when the day comes that some poor merchant from overseas with more money than sense gets stuck here and needs to apply for residency.
Then they'll milk them for all their...
Exactly. It's at
Tempat
times
ini
like this
sangat-
that having a local friend really comes in handy.
Penindasan terhadap orang asing.
Yes, but when you're an outlander in Inazuma, far from home in this closed nation era, there's the most that overseas merchants can do to look after themselves is stick together. That's how the International Trade Association came about.
So it's a trade association built by and for Outlanders?
Yep. And as well as advancing commercial interests, the association provides help, support, and structure for Outlanders trying. Essentially, it's an association devoted to both commercial excellence and survival skills.
Sounds like just staying alive is an achievement when you're in a...
I see. So this is the real purpose of your trip. Yes, given that you are Outland, after all, the Raiden Shogun is the most exalted and revered one in all of Inazuma. She is a deity who reigns on high, while all other life gazes up in awe. I was going to say nothing is set in stone when it comes to who you'll encounter in this world. Who's to say you won't happen to run into the Raiden Shogun one day after...
And
Okay, I'll give it to you straight. I know of a way to introduce you to the...
really? Wow! The Rito Fixer is better connected than we thought.
Pemimpin Rito ini koneksinya hebat sekali.
I mean, it will take all the resources I have at my disposal, but it can be done. However, before we get there, connections come at a high price. You understand?
Ya aku ngerti.
Not you too!
Ya kan orang Inazuma juga Pak Imon.
No. In this instance, when I say price, I'm not talking
Oh.
about Mora.
Salah sangka cuy. Terus apa?
In fact, there's no real cost as such. It's just that if this is something you really want, you'll have to agree to help other people solve some of their
Oh
problems
gitu.
first.
Oh baiklah.
I like to do things in a way that keeps everybody happy. It's my own personal rule for dealing with situations like this.
Sounds very reasonable to Paimon. You're the man in the middle, so you have to trade favors to keep everyone in debt.
Why do I get the feeling you're making me out to be some sort of crook? Never mind. Here's the situation. As I touched upon earlier, the members of the International Trade Association are... Recently, things seem to have gotten more difficult than ever for them, so just go and check things out. See if there's any way... The head of the association is called Kurisu. And
Kurisu.
he's a good friend of mine. Go talk to him. I'll wait...
Oke. Asosiasi perdagangan. Tiba. Terus Kurisu. Siapa sih namanya Kurisu? Lu di sini cuy. Kurisu. Gimana ya? Apakah orang asing boleh manjat ke rumah di sini? Oh ini dia.
Huh? Hello there. You must be seeking refuge with the International Trade Association. Ah, good. That's a relief.
We heard the association has been having some difficulties.
Yes. Left, right, and center. Obstacles at every turn.
The Sakoku decree certainly makes things difficult.
But it's not the root cause of our woes. The Sakoku decree might restrict our scope of act. No. What's really squeezing us Outlander merchants are those Mora grubbers from the Kanjo Commission.
Oh, of the 3 commissions,
That's right. They impose astronomical tax rate, unbelievable regulations. And they just issued a new tax decree recently that, for some reason, completely changes the way we...
Crystal Marrow. What's that?
Apa itu Crystal Marrow?
Something that most of us at the association had never heard of before either. Eventually, One of the older Liyue merchants recalled that he once shipped a batch of it to Snezhnaya. So, in order to pay our taxes, we began an arduous search for this crystal marrow.
Gue penasaran sama
Then we
kristal merah
found
cuy.
we'd only managed to create a bigger problem for ourselves. The rising demand for crystal marrow drove the... Now there's only one vendor who even has it in stock.
Isn't that what they call them?
Exactly. So this vendor keeps pushing the price up, and we have no choice but to buy... It's a vicious cycle. The consequence of which is that our taxes will... We've tried communicating, but this is a nation where the cries of a few struggling
Ini gue skip, gue baca
merchants
cuy.
will never be heard
Enggak berarti
over
gue nggak baca
present
semua, gue baca cuy.
Untamed,
Fontaine.
my dear homeland.
Oh, dia bukan orang sini. Dia ternyata orang Fontaine cuy.
Sounds awful. They're really bleeding them dry. What do you think we should do?
Mencoba pembahasan dengan khusus ya.
Well, Carice is the head of the association, and even he had...
Benar
Right.
juga.
And besides, I think this may well be the fate they've ordered.
Okay. Well, we could try tackling the problem by going to the other...
That vendor. I've actually done business with him in the past, but after a point he stopped contacting us. I have no idea where he sources.
Well, it definitely sounds like he's being unfair. How do we find him? We could go...
Hey, that's a pretty good idea. Since you're not affiliated with the association and you're new to Rito, if I remember correctly, our usual meeting point with him is under a tree by the coast in the residential district.
Got it. We're on the kick.
Baiklah. Mana monster? Mana Liu ya? Oh, kita di kanan bawah cuy. Sementara itu kita jalanin questnya dulu. Nanti kita buka areanya cuy.
I don't think I recognize you. Are you new arrival? So, what do you need with me? The sheer nerve. You don't go around asking questions like that. If I gave you my sword, trade secret. Got it? You know what trade...
This guy's got a bad attitude.
Are you even buying? Oh, I see what's going on here. Carice, they're wasting their time. The price is non-negotiable. Not by a single moron.
Pelit.
Hey, what's your problem?
Get out of here. Go on. Tell them they're lucky to be buying from me in the first place, and they ought to be more grateful. If it weren't for me, they'd be...
What are we gonna do? There's no talking to this guy. Good idea. Let's just...
Apakah kita harus minta bantuan Toma? Bang Toma.
Bring it!
Bang Toma kepala. Tapi Inazuma ini tempatnya kayak apa ya? Mungkin belum sampai atas aja. Kita baru sampai bagian sini soalnya bagian Rito.
That was quick.
Actually, we're having a little trouble.
No? Well, by all means, tell me what you need. I'll help as much as I can. Getting you to go fixing things when you've only just arrived is quite a demand. Oh, that guy? He used to be a bit of a sorry sight, selling shells that he'd collect on the beach just to get by. But I can only assume he must have found himself a patron after leaving the International Trade Association.
They're saying he
Wah,
used to be
rezekinya
a
tuh.
member of the International
Tapi jangan menjadi
Trade
sombong cuma karena itu.
So he's an outlander too?
Yes. Couldn't you tell when you spoke to him?
Bagiku sama seperti orang monster.
That's right. Werner was born in
Oh,
Mondstadt,
beneran.
then went into the shipping business, trading between Leah and Inazuma. When Inazuma closed to the outside world, he was one of a group of outlanders that ended up stranded on Rito.
Oh, gitu ya.
The International Trade Association was initially very generous to him, but over time, with decree after decree, the association members found it increasingly difficult to
So he left the association and turned his back on...
I'm sure it's more nuanced than that. I believe even the most ungrateful and cold-hearted of people still have some amount of gratitude and warmth.
Aku mengerti.
Really? Is that all you...
Well then, it sounds like you may have found a way in.
Sekarang malam cuy. Oke. Negosiasi lagi dengan si Warner. Oi.
What are you doing back here? Just because I got plenty of time on my hands doesn't mean I want to waste any of it talking to you. Huh? Where's this coming from? Mondstadt? You were talking about Mondstadt.
Ya betul. Dandelion. Oh dia cuy, dandelion. Dandelion seed.
Goodness, I can sense it now. So familiar, but I can't. The scent of Mondstadt. Oh, how it takes me back. Oh, my hometown, the home of freedom. How I long to go back and visit.
Oh, it's working!
So, trying to play my heartstrings like a liar. Huh? What is this? What are you up to?
Just close your eyes already!
You mean the sound of the ocean? Leah Harbor. I can see it so clearly. Oh, and the sound of the waves. The calls of the merchants. Xiao lanterns. I'm right there at the lantern right. Oh, look at them floating up.
This guy has a really active imagination. Either that or he...
The
Mana ini lagi?
Wait. Stop. That's enough. Don't make me relive it anymore. You mean the folks from the International Trade Association? Often, I'll sneak down to the shore at night and listen to the sound of the waves. I like to imagine it's the void. I've run into folks from the association more than a few times doing just that, but I always hide my face and don't.
Well, no one's stopping you, so...
They're so resilient. None of them had anyone else to rely on, so they rallied together, committed to finding a way to survive. So I caved. Those people, they'd make the smallest of
Siapa orang itu?
promises, offer the most measly benefits, and I'd do whatever they asked of me.
Oh tidak hancur dong. Karena hal gini lu masa hancur sih?
Alright, I'll tell you the whole story. It's eating me up inside, and I can't take it anymore.
You ready to talk now?
But I betrayed them. I can't show my face there.
Come on, you scaredy cat. Look, you messed up, but now, so come on, get it off your chest. What?
It's a scheme by the tax collection Ashigaru.
Ashigaru.
Keijiro and his companions. They start by overtaxing the merchants, then take the extra crystal marrow they receive and stockpile it. Once the merchants run out of places to buy crystal marrow, they get me to sell that extra stock back to the merchants at an extortionate price, with the proceeds going to the tax collector.
It's just
Wow.
evil gouging them like
Tentang
this.
politik.
I'm their puppet, yes. But my cut is a tiny fraction of what we take in total. Evidence. You're right. Now that I think about it, whenever I report back to him after a sale, he always heads to the same as it happens.
Apa tuh
I
bang?
handed
Sebutkan.
Samora over to him not long ago.
Really? Well, then there's no time to...
Ayo bang, sebutkan. Ayo. Ayo kita ke tempat itu. Cari jejak Keijiro. Keijiro, namanya bagus. Udah. Apakah dia?
Keijiro, it's him.
Oh itu dia.
After him!
Kok penampilannya kayak
Too close! That's too close! He'll notice...
Come out, I can see you. Who are you? Why are you following me?
Uh-oh! Seems like he's noticed us.
aku adalah dinding. Kocak.
Should I close her? It's not like I'll
Keijiro, it's him.
Tadi. Nah, baiklah. Oke,
After him!
pikir dia. bang. Jalan lama kali bang jalannya. No.
Too close. He'll notice us for sure.
Kocak.
Further and further away. Let's catch up a little.
Mana dia? Di situ kok. Itu nampak bang.
Ryoko, how's business?
All the better thanks to your generous patronage.
Good. Thankfully, I earn plenty these days.
Oh, but of course, tax collection is difficult work.
Now, who else is behind on payments? Let me think. Yes, the trade association clique still needs to be brought into line.
Loh, kenapa lari?
What was that sound?
Nggak ada.
Quiet. Don't let him find us.
Must be hearing things. Drat, I'm behind schedule. I need to hurry.
Jadi kenapa makin terang? Kocak.
He's getting further and further away. Let's catch up a little.
Nggak terlalu jauh Paimon. Gue udah ngapain?
What could he be doing at a place like
It looks like he buried something over there.
Ayo kita lihat. Apa nih?
Whoa, it's boring. Paimon thought he'd hidden a big pile of Mora here.
Let me take a look here. Ah, yes! This is what we're looking for. A clear and complete record of every...
Great! Well, now we have our hard evidence. Let's go tell Carissa the...
I'll say goodbye.
Huh?
No.
You aren't gonna come with...
I need a little more time before I'm ready to face the head of the...
Huh. Poor Werner's a pretty awkward guy, huh?
Dan Aether tetap kamu jangan kayak gitu Aether.
Bring it!
Bring it.
But we really don't have anything left. If this keeps up, our sales will come in at a loss.
You know the decree. The rules are the rules. No discounts, no exceptions, and no excuses. And who are you? Another...
It just so happens that we found your little ledger, so now we're here to tell everyone all about how you embezzled crystal...
Huh? Is this true? You've been swindling us.
Well, you see...
Let me take a look at the ledger.
Haha.
Well, would you look at that? Every payment the So, Mr. Keijiro, it seems you have some explaining to do.
So you think you can use this against me, do you? It's quite obvious that I'm merely trying
mencari
to
nafkah
earn
dengan
a
cara
modest
haram ya.
living from...
Word has it that samurai and the commission
Gak
place
bener
great
kamu.
importance on reputation and prestige. Though I'm sure commission members
Dasar
won't believe
korupsi.
it once word gets out.
Huh? Is that a threat? Are you threatening me?
Iya, kamu mau apa?
No, not at all. I'm simply stating that it would be quite a pity if an illustrious gentleman such as yourself
Betul
were to
sekali.
have their reputation.
Well, even if what you say is true, what do you suggest we do about...
I believe you still have a quantity of crystal marrow in your possession, correct? Perhaps that crystal marrow could be used as compensation for the recent tax hike, and us merchants could...
Is that it?
Oh, do you have any idea the hoops I had to jump through to get the crystal marrow and keep it hidden? Fine.
And not even an ounce of shame for...
So that's it? My shop's been closed for weeks now. I've even had to ask my friends to help bail me out. What about my losses?
Come on, Harrison. We've already struck a good deal here.
I'm sick of being pushed around like this. I won't let him off.
Harrison!
Hey, what's all this racket? Does
Katsui.
someone dare question the decree? Ah, Chief, you've arrived. What was all the commotion I heard just now? Oh, we were just discussing a minor tax issue. I do my utmost to let...
A helping hand. The only thing you're doing is stuffing your greedy pockets with our hard-earned wealth. I assure...
Oh, and you dare to utter the commissioner's name. You outlanders have no respect. Seize the merchants. We will resolve this dispute
Yolo.
back at head...
Uh-oh. This is go...
Gentlemen, come now. Is there any need for this? If
Terima
there's
kasih.
disputes resolved,
Akhirnya.
let's get a drink and talk it over.
Who are you supposed to be? And why in my right mind would I join you for a drink?
You never heard of the Fixer?
Here's my card.
Huh. You're from the Yashiro Commission. Huh. Well, this is Kanjo Commission territory. However powerful the Yashiro Commission may be, you have no business meddling.
Of course not. Still, perhaps you could show the young lady
What is that?
of our clan some... You wouldn't want your name showing up in a petition to the Shogun.
That fan, the Shirasagi Himegimi, I don't need any trouble with her. Okay, but Chief, enough. We're leaving.
Let's get dinner one day soon, gentlemen. My treat. No response, huh? I suppose that bridge is...
Thank you so much, Toma. But I'm sorry your relationship with the Kanjo...
Makasih dong
Hey,
Toma.
I was joking.
Pahlawan terakhir
It's a
datang
small
terakhir nih.
price to pay, and you're more than welcome. If there's anyone you should be thanking, it's the Traveler. He's the one who found a way to turn things around. If nothing else, I'm sure the tax collection Ashigaki... Shh, not here. Too many people listening.
Oke. Dari kelihatannya sih kayaknya Toma ini
Corruption seems
antara
rife
dia
in
atau
the
enggak Pak
Kanjo
Iro.
Commission. They truly are rotten to the core.
Itu kan bener korupsi.
All right. Time for me to answer your questions. What would you like to know? Straight to the point. Let me reintroduce myself. I belong to the Kamisato clan of the Yashiro
Kamisato.
Commission on Narukami Island. I'm an attendant of the Shirasagi Himegimi.
You've been keeping your true identity as... So, the Yashiro Commission. Yes,
Correct. The Kamisato clan is the head of the Yashiro Commission, who manage ceremonial and cultural affairs. I'd go into more detail on what exactly that covers. I'm just someone who was fortunate enough to be taken in by the Kamisato clan. My role is to take care of the daughter of the clan, Kamisato Ayaka,
Kamisato
also known
Ayaka.
as the Shirasagi Himegimi.
seems like she must be super famous in Inazuma, given...
Oh, most definitely. She's graceful,
Bermartabat dan
dignified,
baik
and
hati
kind-hearted
juga.
too. The people of Inazuma quite
Oh,
adore Miss
cewek cuy.
Kamisato.
Ya namanya juga Ayaka.
Her fame even somewhat eclipses that of her older brother, Kamisato Ayato, despite the fact that he's the current head of the clan. I suppose those who treat others with compassion earn themselves the same treatment in return. Miss Kamisato's situation certainly seems to attest to that. Take me, for example. I'm just an attendant, and yet she treats me as an equal, as she would a friend. You're asking the right questions, and to be honest, I don't want to keep you in the dark any more than... Firstly, you should know that being a fixer is not something you can fake. I spent the better part of a month tirelessly building up a network of relationships on the island, and I got to know Captain Beto during that time too.
Still pretty good going.
Well, maybe I have a slight knack for schmoozery. But the main thing was, Inazuma may have closed off to the outside world, but that hasn't stopped a lot of people from hearing about your feats in So, when Miss Kamisato heard of your intention to come to Inazuma, she began looking forward to your arrival with great anticipation. That is, that you have what it takes to change the tide.
Change the tide of
Membawa
the
perubahan. Perubahan apa?
In the test I gave you earlier, although there were a few hiccups at the end, it was you who found the way to turn the situation, navigating powerful people, using their character flaws to your advantage. It's just what, with your help, even the Vision Hunt decree... That's an unexpected development. Perhaps our sources were Yes, of course. I completely understand, and as agreed,
Toma sure didn't...
Well, My work on Rito is done. So I suppose
okay.
this is goodbye for now. Oh, one more thing. This invitation letter is for you. When you get to Narukami Island, you can find me at the Komori Tea House, as per the letter. Good luck with
Baiklah,
everything.
Toma.
See you soon.
Sampai jumpa lagi, Toma. Bang Toma, dadah. Gue masih belum tahu elemen lu. Maksudnya vision lu.
Toma's not such a bad guy, huh? Huh? What's up?
Oh iya.
Right. Wait, so did Toma forget that too? Oh, darn it! No wonder he was so... As soon as we get off Rito, Paimon's going straight to Komori Tea House. Well, guess we should give it a try. Let's head to the border.
Baiklah, ayo kita ke perbatasan. Wih, 3 pilu. Ini kah? Gak bisa banget dari sini kah? Nggak bisa sih.
Stop there. Present your...
Sorry, but we really gotta get to Narukami Island.
If you don't have a travel permit, this is as far as you'll get. Those are...
As a traveler, you gotta think of something. How do we get out of Rito? Are you saying we should go and meet with the... Guess it can't hurt to try. Even if... Who knows? Maybe he's our biggest fan.
Berat kita dong.
Halt! This is the Kanjo Commissioner's office. No trespassers.
We're here to see, you know,
The
Kanjo.
Kanjo Commissioner seldom entertains outlanders. Leave now or we'll be...
Ah, wait.
Hiragi Shinsuke.
Oh, Commissioner!
These two are honored guests from afar. No need to give them the usual. Come on in. Let's see what we can...
did
My sincere apologies.
Ya nggak apa-apa. Lagi pula kamu nggak tahu. Aku melihat sesuatu. Wait bang. Wait. What the heck? Wait. Tunggu sabar. Aku naik ke atas. Dan aku melihat sesuatu di atas sana. Sepertinya ada sesuatu yang di atas sana yang harus ku ambil. Seperti ribet. Ya ampun ya Tuhan. Oh my god, how can I go to... deh. Nah, how can I go? Oh dia. Ini harus ribet apa coba? Wait. Kita harus bersabar. Karena kalau kita sabar kita pasti bisa. Nah, apa kita sudah? Loh, kok nggak ada? Entahlah malas aku. Wait. Apakah ada cara lain buat ke bawah? Nggak ada kayaknya. Entahlah.
I am Hiragi Shinsuke, Kanjo Commissioner and head of the Hiragi...
Nice to meet you, sir. So, the reason we...
All right, all in good time. Two travelers renowned far and wide have shown up to see me, and I should...
So what you're saying is...
Absolutely. How many other people in the world have what it takes to knock the wind out of Storm Terror?
Exactly! Paimon thinks you...
And
Paimon.
also foiled a Futui plot in Liyue Harbor. Even beat one of their harbingers in a duel.
Whoa, you heard about that too?
As I thought.
Something wrong?
No. I'm simply awestruck by you both is all. Rito is greatly honored to have you visit us. One other thing I heard about you is your great zeal for helping other people. This
Well, sure, no problem. Whatever you need, right?
excellent. Well then, you must know the Genshin.
Oh,
A flower grows on the...
Yep, we've picked a few of those before.
Yes, bring me 300 Genshin, would you?
what?
Did Paimon hear that wrong?
Too much trouble. Then how about this? We have a few items that need delivered. Perhaps you can help.
That sounds much...
709 letters to be precise.
What?
Hey, what gives? How come you don't have people to do that already?
Terribly sorry. We're just a little short on people lately.
Siapa nih?
What sort of an explanation is that? Traveler, what are we going to do? Should we really help this guy?
That's the spirit. Don't keep me waiting too long.
Oke, wait. Cara. Oh, di atas. Ah, kocak. Udah bener gua. Ah, sial. Gua kurang teliti. Gua nggak pakai IVA lagi. Bisa pakai IVA sih, kita ada siluman. Walaupun rumit dikit ya pakai siluman. Itu kan rumit dikit, bilang juga rumit dikit. Adeh. Kok gue nggak lihat ya? Di belakang lagi ya? Oh, itu. Wait, jangan jatuh dong. Oke, kita ke belakang dulu. Kita mau buka ini. Wait, akhirnya kita akan melihat. Di Inazuma juga masih ada BD, cuy. Kita lihat patungnya. Tidak akan terbuka bagi orang-orang yang berhati mulia. Oh, what? Kecil banget. What? Ini sangat terlihat seperti Jepang sekali ya. Jepang pulanya kecil. Berkat Arkon. Pulihkan. Hah, apa nih? Yang bilang Aether nggak bisa pakai elemennya sih. Nggak bisa pakai elemen elektro cuy. Kita dapat satu. Berikan semua. Baiklah, kita lagi cuy. Jalan lagi. Oke, maaf ya kebuka. Gelas lili. Bukan Blizzard. Masa di ini.
Halt, you two.
Selanjutnya. Seperti dugaanku.
Miss Hiragi has a letter for you. She insists that you read it immediately.
Letter? Quick, let Paimon...
Seandainya saja aku bisa menyampaikan pesan ini dengan langsung. Aku minta maaf jika suratnya dibawa tidak. Lagi pula ini adalah pertama kalinya aku memberi undangan kepada orang asing. Bukan suatu kebetulan bahwa kita bertemu sekarang karena itu. Aku harap kamu bersedia untuk mendengarku malam ini. Di bawah cahaya rembulan yang bersinar. Kamu tidak perlu mengkhawatirkan para pengawalku. Aku akan menemukan cara untuk mengalihkan perhatian mereka. Aku sangat menantikan kedatanganmu.
So this means she wants you, but you didn't seem surprised at all by this. What's going on? Huh? Have you been up to something behind Paimon's back?
Emangnya kenapa?
Let's ask her tonight. See what she...
emang cemburu kah? Baiklah, kekuatan kita akan pakai kekuatan waktu. Malam-malam ngapain, kocak? Wah, itu nggak benar kamu. Malam-malam mau ngapain Anda? Telat 1 menit doang kelewatnya. Nah,
How many forging missions do I still have to finish? Let's see. 1, 2. Not so many as I thought. I'll get to them tomorrow.
You finally arrived. Allow me to introduce myself. This is technically the second time we have met. It's a pleasure to see.
Wow. She's the daughter of the Hiragi.
No need to be so formal. I've long marveled at your accomplishment.
Is that Paimon or does something seem...
The reason why I wanted to secretly meet you here is, well, I feared that I might never have another...
Discuss what?
I should like to ask for your help with delivering a letter.
Like father, like daughter.
No, you misunderstand me. Please, allow me to explain. I was hoping that you could deliver a letter to Narukami Island in my stead. It is to be given to Kujo Kamaji of the... My father has always forbidden me from communicating with him. He knows that there are prospects for my marriage that would better serve him politically. But there is no one who would dare defy my father's will on Rito. But you are Outlanders. Outlanders seeking to get to Narukami Island.
Paimon gets...
Of course, in doing so, I will also do everything in my power to help you leave Rito. That is my promise. To be perfectly honest, as long as you remain in Inazuma, my father will have no intention of letting you leave Rito.
Yeah, we figured as much. It was pretty obvious he was just trying to hold us up.
I secretly overheard a conversation between my father and a very arrogant-sounding woman just a few days ago. They seemed to be discussing how to keep you here on Rito. In fact, it was the first time I had ever heard my father speak so respectfully to someone who... We don't have much time. I'll tell you my plans to help you off the island. It just so happens that a shipment of goods is...
Apa jangan-jangan?
Very well. I'll be waiting for you at the border.
Masa Signora sampai sini cuy? Udah teleport kan dia si Signora? Soalnya kan perempuan yang kita tahu tuh yang dihormati juga tuh kan Signora cuy.
Hold on, please. These goods are being sent to Watatsumi Island.
My lady, this is an unexpected honor. You are correct. These goods have been repeatedly requested by the
Is there something wrong, lady?
No, as you were. My father simply has some concerns of the shipment's safety, and has ordered that myself and an additional qualified escort...
My lady, you aren't suggesting that you intend to escort this shipment personally, are you? There's certainly no need for you to...
Please, do not cause us any further delay. If memory serves me right, my father has already asserted that this shipment must arrive...
Yes, of course, my lady. It's just that...
Now, need I remind you of the penalty if anything were to happen to me en route? Do you really presume that you can fully guarantee...
Boy, Chisato can talk the talk.
Yes, my lady. Very well then. It's an honor to have you accompanying us. Your safety is our high...
Shinojo, you can't really be agreeing to this.
Well, the request is from Lady Hiragi herself. It is our...
Yes, but that's not...
Well then, if we're through here, I suggest we set off at once. Dawdle...
Yes, my lady. You heard her?
Baiklah. Akhirnya, kargo balon udara. Oh kita... What the heck, man? Kocak, gak bener aja kita selalu dari apa?
My lady, please stay back. We'll handle it.
Jalan. Sialan. Kata kayak gini. Anjir. Jangan gak berjalan kali. Ya ampun. Kocak. Ultimate Freezer. Ultimate Freezer. The Freezer of the Valley. Enggak lah, aku ngomong apa. Mantap, jalan terus. Jalan terus, akan kulindungi. Wait. Kocak. Aduh. Monster. Ih, kocak. What the heck, ada samurai. Bisa jangan hancur. Dua lagi samurai. Api lawan api. Dia bukan api.
We can take refuge in the village up ahead. How are you faring, my lady?
I'm perfectly all right. You may stop here. The road to Narukami... In my letter, I've requested Kamaji to grant you a special travel permit from the Tenryou Commission.
My lady. So that's how it is. No, Lady Hiragi would never hide anything from us. I'm sure of it.
I'm not afraid to say that...
The one you love? Shinojo. Did you on... What? No, I was just clarifying, that's all. I would never in my...
You two needn't worry. Please, forget that this ever happened. If my father catches word of it, I alone will be held accountable.
Yes, of course. As you would.
But what will happen if your actions here are discovered, Chisato?
Don't fret. My father has always been one to spoil me. The worst he'd do is sentence me to half a day without food or something to that effect.
Huh. Paimon never suspected a guy like...
I wish you a safe journey. I'm sure we will meet again.
Bye, Chisato!
Dadah, Chisato.
Come now. Quit your staring and let's get moving. We've got goods to shift.
Yang bilang si Najou suka sama Chisato, cuy.
Alright.
Wah, beneran cuy, si Najou suka sama Chisato. Dia sedih cuy. Secret Sakura Favor. Bagus buka ini cuy. Dapat gituan. Mantap. Ini apaan? Bisa gini. Keren. Ini mataku. No. Petir-petir. Nggak bisa. Yuk. Kok udah aku buka? Aneh. Kocak. Ini ada di atas. Ada yang gimana dulu coba? Gimana? Tanda-tanda. Mana ya? Entahlah, malas aku banget. Jadi senjata seorang samurai. Boleh. Masa gue mainnya sambil miring sih? Kekuatan panah. Yang belakang juga kan lah. Down 1. Apa coba? Sosokan banget. Damage gak ada. Sosokan. Bisa nggak sih kesana? Coba aja dulu. Oh nggak bisa cuy. Elektro ya. Oke. Let me see. Beda cuy.
What's the occasion?
Nothing. Nggak bisa. Nyala lanjut aja. Nggak pada geser dari sini. Ayo lu kena air. Ya ampun, kepencet. Nggak apa-apa lah, kurang enggak.
our tea house.
Apa itu Pak? Sakit bener. Sakit bener tuh. Sakit bener cuy. Kakak, sorry. Jauh amat tempat-tempatnya sih. Titik panah merah. Oke, mantap. Ini bunga-bunga ini apaan? Oh. Entahlah. Wih, akhirnya kita di tempat anu cuy. Tempat yang banyak ini pokoknya gitulah. Apakah ini pusatnya cuy?
According to the letter...
Sorry, we don't serve the general public. I'm afraid you'll have to leave.
Wait! Where are the...
Well then, you must be a couple of wandering outlanders.
Are our clothes really so...
The Yashiro Commission's seal. This must be from Miss... In which case, welcome to the Komore Tea House, a safe haven for the Yashiro Commission.
Well, that sounds more...
Toma. Sangat dihormati ya Toma ini. Sampai di sini ya. Leilan. Elemen. Terus elemennya si itu apa di awal?
Who forgot their promise? I was beginning to think you'd forgotten about me.
What? Is that not talking?
Relax. No need to look so surprised. Huh. So you didn't see anything like this
bisa berubah
when you
jadi
were in
anjing
the
ya. Apakah itu tuh anjing gua di Grow Garden? Itu kayaknya anjing gua di Grow Garden deh. Enggak lah, nggak mungkin.
Alright. I've had my fun.
Oh, bukan ternyata. Kocak.
Hey, you're this close to getting an ugly nickname, miss.
Ini panggilan baru anjing.
Well, I've had some time to kill, given that I've been waiting here for you for so I came up with this little fun greeting for... But in all seriousness, I would like to apologize about that little test you went through. It helped us determine whether or not to bring you before Miss Kamisato, and whether you had the courage to face the lightning alongside us.
Don't think that Paimon's gonna forgive you just because you're getting...
Sorry, did I overdo it? My apologies. Let me just say this. You've often found yourself skirting the rules from the very beginning. Naturally, this is due to your unwavering and resolute determination. A long time ago, we had a friend who was much the same. But when the lightning struck... so you've heard of his story. His light still burns all the more brightly. Yes, of course. I will bring you to the Kamisato residence where the Yashiro Commission is located.
Dari namanya sih kayaknya karakter
But
player
before
gitu.
that, there is one other place I was hoping you both would accompany me to.
Karakter player gitu.
Oh? Where?
I would like you to come with me to the statue of the omnipresent god. It's still under construction now, but you can already see it from practically...
Okay. Omnipresent God. Nama yang sangat wow. Mungkin nggak jauh sih. Wait, aduh, pas banget jalan. Kita bisa lagi ini. Kan kita pakai energi silon dan ada teleport juga sih, teleport. Kita buka teleport dulu. Nah, udah deket. Oh, di sini deh. Oh, ini nih ya.
Sure feels gloomy. People probably don't come here often, do they? Huh? Are Paimon's eyes playing tricks? Or are there things in...
Visions.
Visions? You mean all the visions that are collected from the Vision Hunt decree are put into this statue?
So you've already heard of the Vision Hunt decree? Before I try to explain, I should perhaps remind you first that Mondstadt is the city of freedom, and Liyue is the city. As for Inazuma, it's known as the Nation of Eternity. The Raiden Shogun is both the nation's most powerful ruler, and the eternity in question is her endless and unchanging will to rule over Inazuma.
Oh gitu ya.
As such, she relies on the Tri-Commission to regulate the nation's affairs, and the Sakoku Decree to limit the people's movement. The Shogun wishes to keep Inazuma in stasis, allowing the stream of time to flow from one end to the other without disturbing it.
Seems like every god will.
Of course, this is my own limited understanding. As for the reason behind the recent vision, perhaps the Shogun believes that visions grant people the power to change, and that her eternity doesn't allow for such instability to exist. Whatever the case, the fact is that the Raiden Shogun has dispatched the Tenryou Commission to scour the nation for visions, embedding each one in this statue. And this statue of the omnipresent god can be seen as Inazuma's symbol of eternity.
But if that's the case, wouldn't you say that the Raiden Shogun is being, oh, I don't know, selfish?
Only outlanders such as yourselves would ever dare speak out so directly against the Raiden Shogun. And yet, I agree. The Vision Hunt Decree is something that simply should not exist. And Miss Kamisato has been committed to fighting it since the day it was announced.
Apa tadi cuy? Itu apa tadi?
You look like your mind is elsewhere.
Sound? What sound? I didn't hear anything. Did something happen?
Yeah, you touched the statue, and then what?
Aspirations? That would seem to confirm the saying. Have you heard it before? That when a person's ambition reaches a certain strength, the gods look upon them with favor. That is where visions come from. In other words, a person's vision represents their So if what you just said is true, then the ambitions of these people are stronger than I imagined.
Oh gitu ya. Vision itu melambangkan ambisi, bukan kekuatan.
Alright, time for the next stop on our tour of Narukami Island, the Kamisato residence.
Jadi yakin kita akan ketemu Kamisato ya kak.
Finally!
Oke cuy, kita naik. Indah banget cuy. Wah, Inazuma ini indah banget cuy. Gak jadi indah, gak jadi. Malas. Minggir. Kita harus pakai elektro di sini, soalnya ini nggak mati. Itu dong. Suka banget tempatnya semuanya anu. Suka banget sih Inazuma yang sembunyiin.
So, this is the kind of place where the big shots of Inazuma live, huh? Paimon kinda expected it to be...
Welcome at last to the Kamisato residence, honored guests. Miss Kamisato is delighted.
Is this the Shirasage Himegimi you keep going on about? Behind the...
Yes. As the daughter of the Yashiro Commission, this is how Miss Kami... Consider it a time-honored tradition within the Yashiro Commission. Forgive me if this is an unwelcome surprise.
Sepertinya aku paham.
Makes sense. She's a super important person after all.
Please forgive my lack of courtesy for receiving you in this fashion, especially following such a long and wearisome journey over the sea.
Nggak apa-apa.
I have awaited your arrival with great anticipation, and Toma assures me that you do indeed possess the power at present in Inazuma. In the name of the Vision Hunt Decree, the people's aspirations are being senselessly though the Yashiro Commission serves the Shogun, it is the people with whom we share close bonds, given the contact we are required to have with them in the performance of our duties. A commission's power rises and falls with the trust of their people. Thus, we cannot remain indifferent to this situation. Traveler, lend us your power, and we can...
See, milady, it's just like I said. This will
No, please! Wait! Please, don't go! I will introduce you to the Raiden Shogun on one condition. You must fulfill 3 small wishes on my behalf.
Baiklah.
What are your wishes?
They pertain to 3 whose visions were taken from them. Perhaps once you've met them, you...
A warrior who guards a village, a former samurai who helped carry out the Vision Hunt decree, and a sword...
Correct. Please do all you can to help them. I will await your return here. Then...
I'm sure you'll do great.
Baiklah. Tunggu, udah taruh di situ.
Why are you doing this? Why leave all of us?
Precisely. It's much too sudden. We've had the children are desperate for you to take them out to play. Please, we urge you to reconsider.
Must be the guy Ayaka told us about.
Itu ke orangnya.
Must also be here to try and convince. Tejima has protected this place ever since he arrived here, keeping out the treasure hoarders, fending off any monsters that draw near, resolving quarrels between the villagers. He has put an end, but now, all of a sudden, he says he plans to leave. We will gladly apologize if that's the case.
My opinion, something to do with the Vision Hunt decree. It's clear that Tejima had done nothing wrong, and still they confiscated his vision. I can't claim to fully understand it, but I could tell that he'd lost something very important to him. He went off on a walk, alone. Truth be told, we aren't sure whether trying to keep him here is the right thing to do, but equally... it doesn't feel right to let him leave when he...
Seems like he's a well-respected guy around here. You must be Tejima. So what's made you want to up and leave all of it?
Me? It's not a question of why I want to leave, but a question of what reason I'm true. But that's not why I chose to... And what made me want to come here 30 years ago? And why have I never wanted to leave and all that? I don't have answers to those questions, because I can't remember anymore. Ever since they took my vision away, it's like... a slice of my memory is gone. In the past, I knew I wanted to stay here. But whatever resolve I had then, it's gone now. So I thought, what's to stop me from moving around instead? The emptiness inside me will be there either way.
Wow, ada kata toh dong. Toh kekosongan dalam diriku akan tetap ada.
Okay. Well, in that case, if we help you rediscover the reason you chose... But if you can't remember it... Oh, maybe if you just try a little harder to remember...
Oh, that reminds me. Last time I brought Tejima some fruit, I
keep a diary? If you...
Oh, yes, you do. And what's more, I remember you saying at the time...
Perfect! So if we want to keep Tejima from leaving, we just need to find his diary. It must be...
If you don't mind, we will leave you to find the diary.
Baiklah. Mana kita cari buku itu?
gave me has faded a little, but it is still my most treasured. Now that's the kind of info we're looking for. So this is the Omamor. Interesting. Looking at the color, but anyway, if he had this with him all the time.
Salah pencet kocak. Ayo kita gali.
It looks like a letter. The paper's gone yellow.
Jika kita tersisa dalam perang ini, tunggu aku di desa Konda. Akan ada rumah yang aman untuk kita.
So the reason Tejima came here was to, but he's been here for 30 years. Oh, well, let's go give Tejima his stuff back and...
Certainly my handwriting. But I have no memory still. It's clear that I was waiting for someone here, and that I chose to wait. Over the years, I must have made a note of anything interesting. Anything that I could share with her when we were finally reunited. And just look at all the things that did happen over the years. The time, how could I have forgotten something so important to me? Now that I think love, regret, everything I felt for her, it's all just no. After all, I've forgotten who she was. Her face, her voice, the things we experienced together.
Kasihan cuy.
It's as if she'd never been in my life to begin with. As if all these years have been nothing. I think maybe not. If this is something I waited most, although, what if she were to turn up eventually, only to find I didn't remember so much as when I think about it like that? I do feel a how curious. Why am I thinking like this when I don't even remember who she is? Thank you both for helping me reconnect with my reason for staying here. I shall remain here and keep waiting for her.
Bagus, mantap.
Tejima seems to be dealing okay. Seems it's just like Ayaka and Tomo were saying. If you lose your vision, you lose. That certainly explains the state At least we were able to help him, weren't we? Well, let's go find the next person.
Tiga.
They say the Tenryou Commission is directly controlled by the Shogun. They're the ones responsible for maintaining law and order in Inazuma. But why would they take action against one of their own? Paimon doesn't get it. Huh? There seems to be some commotion over there. Let's go see what's happening.
I'll ask one more time. Do you intend to withhold this month's emergency provisions?
The entire clan is counting on that food.
We demand an explanation. How many times do I have to say
Oh,
it?
beda ternyata.
I don't know anything about emergency provisions.
You dare deceive us? Those provisions are essential. Do you understand? Not some goods to be...
You samurai think you can just do whatever you please? The Tenryou Commission will hear of this.
Oh, huh? And who are you? One of Kurosawa's gang, no doubt.
What? We just happened to be past. We heard the commotion and came to see what the matter was.
I see. You seem to have come just at the right time. Perhaps you can help us settle this matter. This is Kurosawa. He's a samurai and a member of the Shogun's army. They issue emergency provisions to the area, and he's the one... In the past, we'd simply ask him for provisions and everything would be delivered. Now, he suddenly refuses to give... He's keeping the provisions for himself. I just know it. We'll starve without them.
No one seems to care about us. We used to think Kurosawa was a kind man, but he's shown his true colors. He's the same. It's no wonder all the visions have been confiscated. The Raiden Shogun doesn't need people like him helping her rule the nation.
This must be one of the people Ayaka asked us to help. But why would she ever want us to help someone like him?
Harus kita kulik cuy. Kenapa kita harus bantu dia?
Maybe we should talk to Kurosawa.
I've never even heard of these emergency provisions. I don't know whether it's rumors or whether they're trying to blackmail me. But either way, it's ridiculous. If I was hoarding supplies, would I still be the poor man I am today? My own family can barely get by as it is. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got other matters to attend to. And that's the first bit of truth I've heard all day. The Shogun's army told me that I was unworthy of my vision. And they said I was slacking off in my work.
Well, that's strange. You were helping enforce the Vision Hunt Decree. What?
To be perfectly honest, I don't seem to remember the details.
Tuh kan lupa ingatan lagi.
All I know is that I would perform certain things every month. But I don't, and it's not just that. I have this unsettling feeling like...
Does it have to do with the missing emergency provisions?
I didn't take any. Like I said, if I was taking them for myself, I wouldn't be going through such hard times right now. To top it all off, my house was just raided by treasure hoarders, which is why I came here in the first place. I was chased. If you don't believe me, go find the treasure hoarders yourself. If there were any...
He seems to be... But we better confirm. Let's go round up those treasures. We should be able to follow their tracks.
Baiklah, kita harus cari treasure holder. Dasar para treasure holder. Saya nak ajak kan.
Outdid ourselves this time. All those samurai houses packed with goods. We really hit the jackpot. I mean, besides that one house.
You haven't seen anything yet. There'll be a lot. Today's just the beginning. I'll be leading you all on an epic journey of pillage and plunder. You demand, boss.
These seem like the treasure hoarders we're after.
Ayo kita beri perjalanan kepada mereka bertiga. Ntar kata. Gampang cuy.
Oh, there goes all the Mora. We worked hard to steal that, you know? Come on, boss. Think of something.
Not bad, kid. You ever think of joining the treasure hoarders? We could use someone like you. Kurosawa. So he's the one who sent you after us, huh? Just our luck.
So what did you see inside? Was it stuffed with...
Food? food supplies. You kidding? That place was a complete mess. Oh, I didn't want anyone else to see it, so I was planning on opening it myself once we... But now that you've caught us, how about we make a deal? That little box for our freedom. What do you...
You've got a deal. Now show us what's...
Huh?
Hah, apaan?
What the... There's nothing in here but IOUs!
Surat utang.
Yeah, a lot of them, and they all seem to be made out to the owner of a general goods store, a Miss Aoi. We're talking tons of Laura here. We better talk to this Miss Aoi and get to the bottom of this. As for you guys, you're free to go. Just pray that our pack...
Yes, of course. So, we paid ourselves for some IOUs. Does that mean we broke even?
Shut it. Let's just get out of here.
Oke. Entahlah apa yang terjadi.
Welcome to Tsukumomono Groceries. Or perhaps there's something. So you're friends of Kurosawa, I take it? Perhaps.
Whoa! Let's not get ahead of ourselves. How did Kurosawa end up owing you so much money? Did he buy anything super expensive?
Let me think. Kurosawa would come regularly to purchase large quantities of foodstuffs. He'd always put the payment on his... However, the price of provisions began to skyrocket recently, and his salary was no longer enough to cover the cost. So,
So that's how he was getting those emergency provisions. But why did he have to purchase a usual amount? If the prices increased, couldn't he just...
Well, if you think about it, the citizens receiving the emergency provisions must have been carefully calculating how much they needed to sustain them each time. Kurosawa thought that it would be quite the disappointment for them if they found they didn't have enough, especially after such long. So he deemed it necessary to take on the debt rather than let the people down.
Wow. Kurosawa was purchasing, and no one ever appreciated what he did. They just complained and held him accountable.
Sungguh seperti satu kesalahan, semua kebaikan hilang.
People's attitudes will always reflect their circumstances. In the face of hardship, nobody cares to think twice. If you ask me, had Kurosawa told everyone the truth about the supplies from the start, of course, I'm sure there would still have been some unrest. What he was doing was truly... As for why he chose to spend his own money on emergency provisions and never tell anyone, if you're still curious, why don't you go ask him yourself? I see. That reminds me, most unfortunate. If he doesn't clear the debt on his name, he'll have no choice but to sell that sword that...
Sword?
Oh, didn't he tell you? He possesses a very valuable blade. I've asked him about its origins. He told me that it was a gift from his father, that it was too... In hindsight, I regret that I never made an offer on it. Everything has its... Why don't you ask him about the sword yourself? Perhaps it'll even provide you with the answers you're looking for. Oh, but before you go, if you would kindly settle today's bill.
But we didn't buy anything.
Information is also a... Don't worry. I won't charge much for information about Kurosawa. Nothing we ever discussed was explicitly confidential anyway.
At least we now know where the emergency provisions are coming from.
2000 mah
We found out that
dikit cuy.
Kurosawa has a
Hari kita
priceless
sekarang.
sword in his possession. Let's go talk to Kurosawa again.
before I drew my sword. It turned out to be a real time saver, actually. Perhaps I should start using it more often. Did you manage to track down the treasure hoarders? Everything I said was true.
That just about sums it up. It turns out that you really were distributing emergency provisions.
Strange. Is that really the kind of person I was?
Betul.
I don't really have any such recollection. Even after all you've told me, I still don't remember anything.
Confusion mo habis diambil.
Why was I purchasing emergency provisions for everyone? And why would I put myself in such a difficult situation? But I could not deny that when I brandished my sword to scare those two away, I could sense that my body was somehow unlocked. This sword was once wielded by my... I remember once when I was young, I wanted to sneak out with the blade and show it off to the kids next door. What did he say? I can't seem to remember that either. It would seem that I forgot many important things when my vision was taken from me. So many memories gone. Forever. No matter, all I can remember now is my father telling me that this blade bore his life's creed. And said to me,
Hey, if you look carefully, there seems to be... Can you recognize the words?
Kebijakan dan keadilan. Kebajikan dan keadilan. Kebajikan dan keadilan.
Somehow those two words seem to explain taking on seemingly endless debts to make others happy. I guess that must have been my greatest ambition after all. But what use of virtue and justice? I purchased the provisions for those in need, and look how things ended up. The Tenryo Commission seized my vision, and the very people I was so desperate. And the irony of all of it is, I somehow still felt sorry when threatening them with my... I'm incapable of being a good person, yet I'm equally unable to be bad. I don't know what to do with myself.
Yet another troubled soul. When we get the chance, let's speak to Toma about Kurosawa's debt. The Yashiro Commission would surely help cover his expenses. In any case, we must never let him sell off that sword. Yeah, seems like losing all ambition. Fortunately for us, you don't have a vision.
Iya betul, aku nggak punya vision tapi aku bisa pakai elemen.
Let's go find the next poor soul.
Kita naik cuy, naik air 35. Mantap, naik air 35.
The third person who had their vision taken is supposed to be a famous sword master. Paimon heard that he's the present-day master of Meikyo Shisui art. Sounds pretty impressive. This is his dojo. Luckily, there's some people around. Let's go talk.
Nanako, don't worry. Sensei will be fine. Those thugs that challenged the dojo were strong, but he fought...
Maybe, but I'm still worried about him. Things have gotten dangerous before in the past, but it's never shaken him.
It's just because he's been possessed, that's all. Once the exorcism is taken...
Hey there!
Who are you? Don't care whether you're trespassers or just here to harass us while Sensei is impaired. Get out of here immediately! Don't make me draw my blade, or you won't live to regret it.
No! You got it so wrong. We just came here to,
Disciples?
Yep. We've heard all about the mighty master of Meikyo Shisui art. It's the whole Buddha
stressed. Please, accept my apologies. We've had so many people trying to cause us trouble recently that we're on high alert. You haven't arrived at the best of times, I'm afraid. Sensei got possessed recently, and he's still recovering. I see you are earnest in your pursuit. Okay, how about this? My fellow disciple Nanako and I will explain Sensei's situation to you in a little more. Sensei's name is Domon, a name I'm sure you've already heard.
Domon.
Though self-taught, he mastered the art of the sword to a high level. He then proceeded to defeat many other prominent swords. He once said that his goal was to become the best sword master in the world. And so, even while training us, he continued to hone his own art. His fervor truly inspired us, and we trained hard, determined to keep up with him. But then...
Not long ago, Sensei had his vision taken away. He says the strangest things over and over. And he Junya and I have discussed it, and we both think that he's being possessed by an evil spirit. So, but if I'm honest, I still have my doubts over...
The Grand Narukami Shrine? What's that?
You haven't heard of it? It's the largest shrine on Narukami Island. The head shrine maiden is reputed to have very close ties with the almighty Shogun himself. Not that we'd have any means of involving the head shrine maiden, of course. But even one of the ordinary shrine maidens from the Grand Narukami Shrine. So don't worry, Nanako. The exorcism will take place this evening. You're both more than welcome to come and watch if you're interested.
So, losing your vision can cause possession? Guess we should come back this evening.
Ini kan sudah malam cuy, udah malam nih. Loh. Lagi-lagi lewat 1 menit nih. Udah mau pagi ternyata.
We should take a break after all that.
Shh. So you decided to come. It's a good thing you didn't arrive any earlier.
Aku udah
You would have had to
terbiasa dong.
witness Sensei just now when Nanako was attending to him. She heard him whispering a few names to himself. When she asked him who the people were, he suddenly looked back. It looked like he was in great distress. He was covering his ears and looking frantically. All the while he kept calling those names. Some of them we knew. Others we didn't recognize. One of them was Anzai. He used to be a fellow disciple of Sensei's. His senior, in fact. Beating him in a duel many years ago. Sensei wouldn't stop calling his name. Thankfully, the ritual has now begun. All we can do is patiently await the result. Here's hoping Sensei will be back to his normal... Please, excuse me for a moment while I fetch some water. If he wakes up, he is sure to be thirsty.
Itu siapa cuy?
Who's that sneaking around? Uh-oh. We won't let them get away with it. Come.
Bring it!
Seems they aren't here. Should we keep going further up? According to Miss Kamisato, the is this definitely the right place? Let's look a little further up. Aha! Suspicious person sighted! That's gotta be him!
How did you... Are you sure you're Domon's disciples? Unless... I guess it's been a few years. Maybe his skills have improved again. have you know. I don't care to talk about that time anymore.
His senior? Wait, that means
Apa
you
gua
must
kebetulan
be...
sih?
Anzai. Yes, that's me.
Anzai.
Because I don't wish to see Domon or anyone else associated with him ever again. When we were young, we trained under the same sword master. I had begun training 5 years before him, and everyone looked up to me as a steady and practitioners of Make Yoshi Suiart seek to. But Domon was different. The first thing he did when he joined was go. Sensei scolded him and told him that I thought so too at the time. But Domon began making. Only then did I realize that it was Domon who had long since freed his mind. He was consumed by his singular desire to become the best in the world.
Sure sounds like he meant...
Because until he arrived, of all the disciples, Domon's arrival changed. Later, I heard that he's... After that, I wanted nothing for... So, when I heard rumors that he had lost, I decided to quietly come. So you see, I came here not to cause him... Okay, you've heard my story. You should get back now. The
Seems like we got it wrong this time. Still, Paimon's not sure we should bring him back with us.
Oh, mantap coy.
You're saying he isn't? Does that mean he's just lost his mind? But
Nanako, please.
I'm sorry. With what powers I have, I can find no sign of any malignant spirit having possessed Domon. But spirits may take a myriad of forms in this world, many of which I cannot claim to have witnessed myself. Thus, I dare not, and all is certainly not lost. For I received word not long ago that Lady Yai has taken an interest in your sensei's case.
Lady Yai? Is that...
The head shrine maiden of the Grand Narukami Shrine?
Correct. Lady Yai is most knowledgeable indeed, and has abundant experience. I am unable to say for certain whether an evil spirit has possessed...
Excuse me, Miss Inagi, but I must ask.
That won't be necessary. All that is required of you is your time. I must leave now, but we will meet soon at the shrine.
Who'd have thought Lady Yai herself would have taken notice of...
Do you mean to say that Sensei isn't renowned enough to deserve Lady Yai's...
No, that's not what I meant at all. You I just mean this is Lady Yai, the head shrine maiden. She has direct and close contact with the almighty Shogun herself. Anyway, you should join us too, tomorrow. Given that you've traveled all this way just to meet our sensei, we, the disciples of Make Yoshi Suiart, will do our best to help you.
Sure. After all, everyone seems pretty excited about Lady. Who knows? Maybe we'll be able to find...
These should be worth something. Go on, take it.
elektro untuk bagian ini. Penampilan kata pengen sih.
Like him at all. In the past, no matter what came his way, he would always... I'm sorry. It is clear to me that your sensei is not possessed by any... But... Then... Yes. This is a change in the person himself. Unable to cope with the tremendous pressure he was under, he suffered a spiritual collapse. With his wits impaired, he fought as one who is thrown into the sea, though he fights back desperately against his predicament. It does nothing to prevent his descent into the depths. As for what has triggered this change, I believe it must be the loss of his vision.
Stripped of his ambition? But Lady Ai, even without his ambition, why should he suffer such a dramatic...
Your school practices make Yoshisui art, does it? Stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. What a There was once one who claimed to be indifferent to rank and reward, and who fled enraged when defeated by his junior. Then, what of the one who crossed blades with his own sensei and beloved fellow disciple? And Lady I'm not sure I understand. The path of the sword master is filled with twists and turns. It is no small. It requires one to take their sword firmly in both hands and cut down the hopes and dreams of others. Only a deep commitment to his ambition to become the best made it possible for him to. When that ambition disappeared, he began to doubt himself. Poor sensei. To think he's been suffering.
Sorry, Father. That's enough.
Huh? Isn't that Onsai? Did he follow us the whole way here?
Onsai, why are there two of you? You're here for revenge, aren't you?
You're right to assume that my feelings towards you are far from kindly. It's been so long now that I made peace with it years ago. I don't think most of the people you meet along the way. Now I know that we can't blame, but that is no reason to strip them of theirs. Follow the...
What if one day the same thing happened? I put everything I had into trying to become the best. But what if there's a chance they'll end up like me one day? I'd rather they stay where they are.
Have you asked them what they think?
Sensei, after you rescued me from the hands of the pirates, I can't know whether I will suffer in my future. I want to keep going until the day that I can stand before everyone with my head held high and...
Nanako's far from the only one. Actually...
Goodness.
You see, you can place the ambition you once had in there. Being stripped of your ambition is something that's never happened to me. So I can't claim to... So, just as I once placed my ambitions onto you, you are not in the same position that I was. When I left...
I'm sorry to have made you worry for me, and for the state. I no longer have the resolve to become the best in the world. The emptiness and but as your sensei, I shall commit. This is my promise.
And you can count on that. But I am now used to the life... Well, don't just stand...
Elektro cuy, dari telinganya. Visanya ada di elektro, aksinya ada di telinganya.
Fresh life to these. For us to meet now is premature. Nevertheless, you set foot on these islands at precisely the right moment. I have high hopes for you, child. Don't disappoint me.
Ooh, Lady Ai seems to have taken a real interest in you. She seems super mysterious. Paimon's so curious what she really... We can come back to it another time. For now, we should go report back to Miss Kamisato.
Ay, come on, selesailah. Itu di mana ya? Yang tunggu di mana? Aku kembali, kamu satu atau Ayaka.
Oh, Ayaka! Guess who fulfilled all your wishes? Huh? Ayaka! Huh?
Kenapa cuy?
Traveler, Paimon. It is a pleasure to finally meet you both face to face.
Sudah kuduga kamu playable.
I have heard all about how you helped our three friends. My sincerest thanks to you.
Yeah. Short of getting them their visions, Ayaka, how come this time you get to...
Because now that you have done the three things I asked of you, I consider you to be my friends. As you will observe, I dispense with the screen for Toma.
Wait a second. But isn't Toma your, servant? Paimon's happy to help and all, but Paimon...
Oh. Paimon, you are most entertaining. Toma is first and foremost my friend.
Oh. Okay then. Ayaka, you seem pretty different out in the open compared to how you are behind the screen.
Thank you both kindly.
Sama-sama ya kak.
Back to the matter at hand.
Kita berteman.
You have now witnessed the pain of those deprived of their visions. What are your feelings on what you have seen?
Wait cuy. Sial.
rise of a deity such as the almighty Shogun. Thunders roar, lightnings flash, the winds assault, and the rains but I believe that surely you understand what they must It seems that perhaps now you can appreciate my feelings on all of this. In which case, perhaps you would be willing to reconsider your stance? You will? Really?
Aku harus memberi makan kucing bentar guys, agar dia tidak rewel. Wih, di mana tempat makanannya?
Naturally.
All right, bravo, my lady. You were right all along.
Told you he wouldn't reject them. I'd placed my trust in the right person after all. Now then, given that the remainder of our discussion pertains to matters of a more confidential nature, perhaps we could move to the Komori Tea House? We ought...
Baiklah.
Right?
Ya ampun, suara gamenya nggak ada dong tadi.
Once the number of ceremonial affairs conducted in the city began to decline, our forebears built a tea house.
Makes sense. Perfect place for a secret base.
In any case, we can talk freely here. The almighty Shogun. I've seen her on, but only if she inspires awe, commands respect, and exudes a sense of absolute authority. But as I recall, there was something else about her it was her almost complete lack of any emotion. In that sense, she appeared to me to be less of a ruler and more of, well, an executive official, I suppose, focused exclusively on her... majority of people, the Vision Hunt Decree is something that has no implications whatsoever. After all, it is but a tiny minority of people who receive visions. Moreover, it is not unknown for visions to spark jealousy in others. Because of this, the attitude of most people towards the Vision Hunt Decree is one of indifference.
How can they be like that? Paimon's getting mad.
Nevertheless, in addition to us, there was
resistance? You mean like an army fighting against the decree?
Yes. Many who have lost or fear losing their visions have rallied together under Sangonomiya on Watatsumi Island to form a resistance group. To say a little more about Sangonomiya, historically, there has always been some conflict between them and the shogunate of Narukami Island, but I do wonder whether there may be some other agenda behind their resistance movement. Of course. We have tried on numerous occasions. Unfortunately, each time a proposal they invariably adopt a stance of unconditional support for the shogun's system. It almost makes one wonder whether they had a hand in the shogun's sudden decision.
What would you like to know? Have you got a plan yet to fight the Vision Hunt Decree?
To be honest, we do not.
What?
Please, do not forget that challenging the Vision Hunt Decree is tantamount to challenging a deity. Coming to terms with that is already a difficult step to take.
So what are we gonna do?
Di belakangnya ya kan ada Vision sih, Vision Cryo.
Well, for the moment, all we can do is try and reduce the for example, by providing vision bearers or manufacturing counterfeit vision.
You're telling Paimon that there are people up...
Don't underestimate
Vision
the talents of the craftspeople in Hanamizaka. To the naked eye, their counterfeits are indistinguishable from the genuine. The problem we are facing right now is that Master Masakatsu, who was providing us with counterfeit visions.
Darn! So they found...
Yes. We knew it was not a long-term solution, and that it was only a matter of time before it would be exposed. But we cannot simply abandon Master Masakatsu. Exactly. I feel the same way. But given mine and Toma's identities as part of the Yashiro Commission, breaking him out of prison would risk dragging down the reputation. By no means do we intend to place the burden of such a task on your shoulders alone. When you are ready, go to Hanamizaka and look for a fireworks shop run by the Naganohara family. There, you will...
Berapa lama yang tadi aku kedengeran cuy?
Just hand it over. You don't want any trouble with me. If you think your elemental powers are enough to resist the Vision Hunt Decree, then you'd better think again. Believe me, you're not the first of your kind we've encountered, and we've seen the same unpleasant outcome time after time.
Can't you make an exception? I just got this vision. I won't even use it, I promise.
So this is the Vision Hunt Decree in action, huh? We can't just sit around and watch things unfold. Psst! Hey, wait!
Hah? Siapa tuh?
Huh? There's someone trying to get our... Come on! This way!
Kok penampilannya karakter playable lagi nih? Penampilannya karakter playable lagi cuy.
What's going on? Can't you see we need to go help? Shh! Quiet! Hey! This isn't right, you know! Just because you don't have a vision doesn't mean you can sit back and watch... Huh? Hey!
Shh! If you don't keep your voice down, I won't have one much...
Alright, alright.
Wise choice.
What should we do now? He's already given up his vision. Doesn't he... this is your fault. You're the one who stepped us...
Many thanks, Miss Yoimiya. If you hadn't swapped me a fake just now, I'm sure I would have lost it.
No worries. You put on quite the convincing performance.
Oh, so that's what's going on here. And to think Paimon was about to unleash Paimonial wrath on Miss Yoimiya.
Kocak Paimon, kocak.
Sorry about that.
Kocak Paimon, kocak.
Think nothing of it. I could tell from your reaction we were on the same side. You just... Oh, right. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Yoimiya, the current owner of Naganohara Fireworks. It ain't much, but it's honest work.
Practically everyone on Hanamizaka knows Yoimiya. She's the queen of the summer festival.
Ratu Festival
Without
Musim
her and her
Panas.
fireworks, summer on Narukami Island just wouldn't be...
Whoa, that's quite the introduction. Paimon loves...
Stop it, Hanjiro. You'll embarrass me. As for thanking me, you'd be better off thanking Master Masakatsu. He's the one that gave me the fake vision. His handiwork allowed me to keep my own vision. Whew, I can't even imagine.
Yes, Master Masakatsu is a good man. It's too bad good...
Master Masakatsu?
Huh? Do you guys know him
plan too? You don't say. Then it sounds like the Shirasagi Himegimi has a plan. But if I just march straight in there by myself, I'd probably get miscom. So, what about if I join you? Sure, welcome to the team. Ayaka told us to go look for help at a farm. Seems like I finally got a new job to do. So, Master Masakatsu is being held at the police station. I've already surveyed the area and found a way in.
Wah, dungeon. Maksudnya domain.
I'll bring my seasonings. Now that we're inside, this place is a whole lot. Come on, this way. As long as I certainly wouldn't want to end up locked away in here. Let's find Master Masakatsu. We should split up. I've got a little present to prepare for Master Masakatsu. I'll be right back. You sure? All right, then yes. You too.
Baiklah. Kocak. Kocak.
Watch your step. That's it. I must withdraw.
Mohon namanya. Akhirnya sampai juga.
Trick of yours could fool. Locking you up was just.
Oh no! Those Tenryou Commission routes are. If we don't come up with a way to break him out fast, then. Yoimiya!
I can't bear to watch. If anything happens to Master Masakatsu, our whole plan.
Hey, you there! What are you doing?
Siapa nih?
Ma'am.
Kujo.
We were just teaching
He's
him a
an
little
electro.
lesson. That's all.
That's Kujo Sara.
Kujo Sara.
Daughter of the Kujo clan of the Tenryou Commission. She's also a gen.
Make way. Let me have a look at him. I'm sure you're well aware that torture is strictly against military.
Yes, ma'am.
If you are unashamed of such disgraceful action, then you are also a.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm unsure when one.
Hey, this is our chance. Let's move while they aren't watching Master Masakatsu.
Yoimiya, are you sure now's the right?
Who is that?
Hello.
Quick, go and investigate.
Yes, ma'am.
They're coming! Quick, hide!
Please hide-nya tuh cutscene-nya jangan.
Sorry. I didn't mean to. Don't worry, I've got us covered. Time for my little.
Fireworks!
Huh? Was that an explosion?
It sounded like fireworks.
Quick, let's hurry.
The fireworks were enough to distract them.
Fireworks aren't just for festivals, you know. I was particularly proud of this batch. I decided.
Yoimiya, this is
Well, fireworks are my craft after all. Every batch has to be spectacular.
Look, the coast is clear. Now's our chance.
Kapan dia akan masih entahlah.
Master Masakatsu! Sorry we took so long. Oh, this awful guard.
Come on! We've got no time to lose.
Udah ditungguin sama Sarah.
Yes. Leave. Before I let my judgment get the he's in serious condition. Be sure he gets immediate medical attention. But remember,
Pembaik.
once he's recovered, it won't be long until I bring him right back.
Well, you can bet we'll...
Leave this place.
Kenapa tadi larinya tempat kita sangkut itu? Wih. Ini kayaknya nggak lebih dari 3 jam deh. Kan soalnya tadi gua ketiduran guys. Aduh.
We're finally out of that creepy place.
Yes. Finally.
Master Masakatsu, how do you feel?
Don't worry. I think I can make it to the infirmary without Q.
Thank you. All of you. I'll take him to get treated. I'll treat you to a round of drinks. Don't worry about us. Just take care of Master Masakatsu. Good thing we were able to rescue him. Right, Kujasara. Do you think she was making up for all the guard? It seems as though there are some okay people among the ranks of the Tenryou Commission. No, Paimon would never. How about we go tell Ayaka and the others the good...
Apa sih kepencet?
I see. So Kujo-Sara stayed her hand. It would appear she's still... I wonder if we should try establishing contact with her. Perhaps we could coax out some information.
Unlikely. Don't forget, Kujo-Sara is also carrying out the Vision Hunt decree. She obeys the orders of... In her eyes, Master Masakatsu is of no threat to the decree. This is why she was so willing to... If our true motives were ever divulged, she would act against us without a second thought.
True. Though, if you ask me, Master Masakatsu's release isn't... We are now one step closer to victory. And we couldn't have done it without you. You're turning out to be even more reliable than we expected.
Terima kasih pujiannya.
Indeed. Things may have turned out very differently this time without the help of the Traveler.
Story malah di...
But if we wish to mount any sizable resistance against the Vision Hunt decree, there is still much to be done. It is time we make ready our next...
There's no need to rush, my lady. Things seem to have taken a turn for the better, at least. Not only have we... yes, which reminds me. The Tenryou Commission seems to be... And the number of samurai out enforcing the Vision Hunt decree seems to be...
A ceremony, you say? Why would such a task be...
I don't know. But I'm sure it has nothing to do with us. Anyway, with the Tenryou...
Being in a constant state of alert will only tire us further. Toma, what would you...
I'd say a celebratory feast is in order. Might I suggest an... Funny enough, I learned a new hot pot game recently.
A hot pot game? What's that?
Simply put, every person prepares an ingredient to add to the hot pot. Then we take it in turns to close our eyes, pick an ingredient. Anyone who guesses correctly can go again, and whoever finishes the meal with the most points... Don't you think it sounds like fun? I've been wanting to give it a try.
You really do want to play. Well, sounds like we've got our work cut out for us. Let's see what we've got here. Nice! You can't go...
Menghabiskan waktu dengan hotpot.
Paimon never thought we'd be the only ones to actually put anything edible into the... This was possibly the scariest looking hot pot Paimon's ever seen.
You can say that again. But hey, at least I got the most points. Oh, wait a moment.
I'm afraid it's your own fault for adding all those strange ingredients, Toma. The soup flavor, even with the Traveler's normal ingredients, I still couldn't guess any of them correctly.
But weren't you the one who added those little cakes, Ayaka? I think the Traveler ended up eating one. Boiling cakes in hot pot? Ugh.
I must apologize. To be perfectly honest, I thought the...
Uh-oh. I'm definitely not okay.
Jangan baring kocak habis makan.
I feel like a new man.
You know, Toma, all you had to do was guess wrong on purpose and it would have been someone else's...
I guess I've been feeling unlucky recently and perhaps I did get a little carried away. Still, I think my luck has already taken a turn for the better. So without further ado, I hereby declare that the winner of today...
Oh, brother.
Alah, kocak.
Good effort, team. Another important job taken care of.
Yes. If the Tenryo Commission truly is as busy with preparations as Tom, and with the extra time, there are some
Let's all take some much-needed time off. After a few days rest, well, downtime is hard to come by these days, so be sure I'll tidy things up here and start thinking about our ingredients for next.
There's gonna be a sequel?
Sure, why
Tanda
not?
berikutnya.
We should play again now that everyone knows the rules.
Bye, Toma.
Dadah, Toma.
Seems we won't need to be visiting the Komori.
Akhirnya selesai. Adeh. Wajib kita lihat-lihat. Chapter 7. Iya, apa tuh? Mantap. Kenapa harus di situ? Kan kita di sini juga ada. Oke, GG, mantap. Kita keluar dulu, kita cari tempat buat. Please, jangan story.
Where do we go from here? What's the plan?
Traveler, Paimon, hold on.
Ya ampun.
Huh? Ayaka?
Something has come up, and I would like to but you ought not be nervous. This is not coming from the young
individual request? You mean
correct. This may
Ibunya,
seem a
kenapa
little
ibunya?
sudden, but in my view, you are the only person. A few days ago, I was sorting through some old family belongings when I found a notebook that belonged to my mom. She wrote about all kinds of things, mostly of little consequence. But what drew my attention...
Probably your mom's best buddy, right?
Never. And although my mother and father passed away many years ago, both my brother and I are... So, I am very curious about this mysterious... According to the notebook, their name is Tsubaki. This seems to have been someone very...
Paimon thinks it sounds like a girl's name.
That's what I thought too.
So what do you want us to... Do you need us to find...
No. Her address is given in the notebook. We can head... Please keep everything I have told you in strict confidence. The proper course of action would be to involve my brother and visit her together. But he is terribly busy at present, and on a more selfish note, exactly. That, and you are also a kind, well-mannered person with a genuine concern for other people. Not to mention trustworthy. I would not feel comfortable with anyone else in this situation.
Makasih.
Count on us! We've done greeting gifts before, so we should be able to help.
Dasar
In terms of payment, just
penjilat.
treat us to some delicious food, and we'll be more than happy.
Wonderful. In fact, I was hoping to take this opportunity to show you both around. If you don't mind, of course.
Oh, we don't mind. We don't mind at all.
Thank you kindly. Shall we head off then? Ogura?
Alright, sounds...
Oke, setuju. Oke. Kisah Bangau dan Kelinci Putih. Adeh, tapi kita lanjutkan di esok hari guys ya. Oke. Sebelum itu kita kaca dulu nggak sih? Ini dia Catherine. Catherine ada di mana-mana sih. Ini bukan quest penting sih. Kayaknya quest sampingan. Oke. Oh, ada suaranya. Ada Catherine lain lagi. Kamu jangan berpura-pura. Aku akan lanjut ke fonten petual. Di sana adalah pengacau terkenal perlu kudat. Soal teleport itu cuma bercanda, jangan marah ya. Oke. Soal teleport bukankah kamu juga bisa menggunakan? What? Kamu tahu dari mana? Ih, lucu. Lupakan. Akhirnya suaranya. Bukakan suaranya cuy.
Thank you for completing today's.
Bukakan suara Catherine. Bukakan suara Catherine cuy.
Ad Astra at.
Claim. Baiklah. Inazuma. Oke. Kita klaim dulu sebelum gacha. Ya sayangnya nggak bisa, jadi ini harus buka fonten. Itu masih gue tabung. Apa nih? Surat C1. Misi sampingan nanti aja kapan-kapan. Banyak. Bansos. Apa nih? Menuju quest. Wah. Coba tengok itu di mana? Wah, kayaknya itu besok deh. Atau gua lanjutin ke di offline aja. Ya, untuk sekarang sih kita gacha dulu gak sih? Apa nih? Wih, akhirnya gua udah bisa buka ini cuy. Imaginarium Theater. Oke, ikhlas. Ya, gak cukup. Kurang guys. Kurang ternyata. Ya udahlah. Jangan dong. Ya udahlah guys ya, kayaknya hari ini nggak ada gacha dulu. Ya itu udah dapat discover sih, tapi gue masih mau satunya lagi. Navia. Apa loh? Jangan. Oke, kayaknya segitu aja untuk live streaming kali ini. Soalnya tadi gue ketiduran, sempat ketiduran kecil. Ketiduran sebentaran guys. Ya kita totalnya sampai 3 jam lebih. Wow. Kayaknya kalau gue nggak ketiduran tadi kayaknya nggak sampai 3 jam lebih deh. Ya udahlah. Aku Nara izin pamit diri. Sampai jumpa di live streaming selanjutnya. Sampai ketemu lagi di live streaming Genshin selanjutnya. Makasih yang udah nonton live maupun nonton replay. See you again. Dadah. Ada suara gue serak cuy. Belum. Udah jam 5 aja sih.